Hello and welcome to this session. In this session, we're going to be talking about making and selling digital resources. And I'll just share my screen so we go right into it. I'll be sharing my entire screen so that you'll be able to see as I navigate from one slide or one window to the other. So let me just put this in presentation mode and we can take it from there. Yeah, so how do you empower your creativity and boost your income? I'm always excited when I get to share on anything that has to do with helping teachers to boost their income because for the longest time, the status quo has been that, oh, teachers are underpaid, undervalued, and all of those things. And while those are true, there are opportunities for us to change that narrative. So it's always an exciting time for me when I get to share from my own personal experience. So before we get into the meat of today, who is Grace Amoka? I'm also known as the master teacher. And through my journey, I've had the opportunity of using the skills, the expertise that I've gained from the classroom to do so much more. So from consulting to coaching to training to what we're talking about today, which is making and selling digital resources online, to social media management, and so much more. I've had the privilege of doing this. And one of the things that I'd like all of us to leave today's session with is that being a teacher doesn't limit you in any way. It depends on what you do with this opportunity. And one of my favorite quotes by a very wise business person said, he said that it is not what you do not have that limits you, it is what you have, but don't put to good use that does. So we're going to look at how we can transform some of the skills that we have, especially, just that creativity that you bring into your classroom every day. You can use that to um, put put to good use a great eye for creating and then selling digital resources. So let's get right into it. What are the objectives of today's workshop? We're going to discuss three essential things. Number one, we're learning to make digital resources using Canva. So we want to look at why Canva. Why is Canva a game changer for anybody that uses it, especially for teachers? Then number two is what are the step-by-step processes of creating digital resources? So I'll take you through step by step, so I'll show you how to do all the things we're going to talk about. And then the third one is what are some tips and platforms to sell these resources online to get extra income? So those are the three essential things that we're going to be discussing. And while we're going into that, just start to think about what kind of digital resources would you love to create for your classroom and also for monetization purposes? Because we're here because we want to increase our earning capabilities and our income portfolios. So why is Canva perfect for teachers? And anybody that knows me knows I'm deeply in love with Canva. I feel like the person that created it just for me. The first one is that Canva is beginner friendly and it's free. Beginner friendly means if this is your first time of doing anything graphics related, you're not a graphic designer, you don't have an eye for beautiful things, whatever it is, Canva is perfect for you because it was created with you in mind. So you don't have to use Corel Draw where you have to create your elements from scratch, and all of that. You don't need to have a deep understanding of form and style, and things like that. Canva just makes it very easy for you as a beginner. And then it's free. So for the basic version of Canva, you can get access to templates and just tons of resources for free. The fantastic thing is, as an educator, you also have an opportunity to get the pro version of Canva at no cost. So what you'll need to do is you will sign up and then they will ask for certain details. So your school's website and evidence that you're actually a teacher, and then you get access to the pro version for free. Then the second benefit is you have access to thousands of templates. I tell people all the time, I'm a lazy person because I look for the shortest means to achieve what I want to do. And Canva just makes this easy for me. So rather than design my slides, for example, like the one I'm using today from the scratch, I go on Canva and there are thousands of templates for me to pick from. Same thing with my posts on social media and all the social management social media management work that I do, I have access to all of these templates, and you have access to them as well. Then finally, it's customizable for your teaching resources. So you can design worksheets from templates. So you don't have to start from scratch, from worksheets to presentations and planners. And we're going to see all the other resources that we can design using Canva that we can sell. So these are the reasons why Canva is going to be our focus for this session. And just behold the tons of resources, digital resources that you can create using Canva. You can create lesson plans with professional layouts, flashcards, interactive activities. I mean, these are just a few. There are so many, but there are a few compared to the tons of things you can think about to create and sell online. You can create behavior and reward charts. And I especially like some of these things because many times we're more focused on bad behavior and how to punish bad behavior. But if we think more about positive reinforcement, things like certificates of achievements, participation, or attendance can be very helpful in your class to drive more of the positive values. Marketing materials as well. If you have a personal brand, or you're like me that manages social media pages for people that have personal brands or small businesses, you can design all of these things on Canva and sell them. PowerPoint or Google Slide templates for lessons, newsletters, progress reports. I mean, just knock yourself out as you go through all of these resources that you can create and monetize, because that's the point. We want to be able to make these resources and then sell them. Yeah. So let's dive right into it. When you open your Canva, so you just go to www.canva.com, and then there's a part here for you to log in, and then there is the part here for you to sign up. So if you're a new user, you've never used it before, you click on sign up. And then I usually like to sign up with my email. So once you have a Gmail account, you can sign up with your Gmail. Alternatively, you just type in your email address and then follow the other prompts, and you can start designing. The next thing we're then going to look at is exploring the templates. And I'll just move from this slide to my own Canva. Yes, so we're on my Canva page. I'll just open another in here for us to see how we can explore templates. A very important element of exploring templates that I'd like us to focus on is the search functionality. So we've seen the different things we can design. How do we make it easy for us to just find the right templates that we're looking for? There are two ways to do this. You can decide to go from exploring all of these options. So from here, you can see you have templates for social media. So from Instagram to presentations, this presentation is for your slides. Documents, if you want to create your CV and make it visually appealing. Whiteboard, presentation again, social media education, even websites. So if you've been struggling with, building a website, or you've met a developer and they've told you it's going to cost you thousands of naira, you can use Canva to design a website. So you have all the templates here. But what I like to do is to search specifically for specific templates. So for example, if what we want to do is flashcards, yeah? So I can type flashcards here and hit enter and go to Canva templates. So you can see we have tons and tons of templates here. So another thing you will then decide on is, what flashcards do I want to create? Am I a science teacher, and do I want to create a template for sciences or for math, for English, whatever the subject is, and whatever the topic is that you want to create these flashcards on? If you look at this one, it's computer vocabulary. So let's look at what this one looks like. When you click on any templates, it will then show you more templates that are like it. So click on this and then customize this template. So you can see here, so this is By the time the person takes it to print, this will be one flashcard, another flashcard, another one, and all of that. So you have a picture of a keyboard and the name keyboard, mouse. So you already have these templates. What you will then do will be to tweak a few things here and there to customize it to what you want. For example, if you don't like this font, so once you select any element on Canva, it then brings out the different edit options. So you can change this font from what it is here to this one or any other one you want. And then it asks you down here, do you want to change all? If I click on change all, it automatically changes the fonts across my design. Then if I want to come here and change the colors, for example, I can go to style and then just change to what my brand is. So in my brand, I have these colors. I have yellow, I have blue and light green. And that's another thing you can set up on your own Canva platform, such that you don't have to always, keep tweaking your colors one after the other. Yeah. So if you haven't set up your style yet, what you can do is when you click on this, it gives you all of these edit options. And one of the edit option here is the background color. So if you come here, you can change the background to whatever other color that you want. So, and I mean, just knock yourself out. The more you use it, the better you get at it. Don't get stuck in trying to perfect anything. What hasn't been started can never be perfected. Yeah. So just make a decision and go by it. So let's say we finished doing all of these edits that we want to make on this computer vocabulary flashcards. The next thing will be to how can I download this? And there are different options. So when you come to share, you will see the different ways you can share design. This, if you're familiar with using Google Document or Google Sheets or whatever platform, you'll be familiar with this collaboration tool. So what this does is, if you have someone that you work with, for example, and you want them to see the design you're working on and be able to either make their inputs, put in comments or change certain things in the design, you can add their emails. So for example, if I click on this email that I have, I can send a note. Hello, team, kindly look through this design and make your inputs. Yep. So here you then have the options of, do you want the person to be able to edit or just comment, or you want them to just be able to view the design that you have done, and then you can hit share with them. So this shares this design with, so now that you're just starting your design journey, you can share this with your friend, your colleague, to say, oh, take a look at this and tell me what you suggest. Do the colors work well together? What do you think I can add? And things like that. Yeah. So that's one way that you can share this design you've done. The other way, which is what is more important for us in this, is to download. And in downloading, you have several options. You can either download as PNG, that's picture format. So we have two picture formats, the JPG and the PNG. And PNG is recommended because it helps, it's best for complex images and illustrations. But for what we want to do, especially because we're going to be having multiple files, is we want to use PDF prints. So you have PDF standard and PDF prints. For example, if you're designing an ebook and you want people to be able to just read it, you can use PDF standard because it's best for documents and emailing. But for your PDF prints, it's best for printing. So when we select PDF prints, it now gives us other options for color profile. So RGB is best for digital use and CMYK is best for professional printing. So because you're going to be uploading these resources for people to be able to print, you want to select CMYK so that they'll be able to get the best quality for print. And then it asks you, do you want to print all pages? You select the pages you want to print and then click on download. And then it spends some time to download. So we have computer vocabulary cards. Yeah. The next thing I want to show you is, so let's say we want we want to foster communication and engagement in our classrooms. Want to be able to have conversations with our students, and our students also have conversations with us, which is something I really love to do in my classes. You can decide to, have conversation starters or conversation prompts. Yeah. So let's pick a template that gives us something like that. I mean, as you can see, there are tons of templates that you can use. This one is on figures of speech. You have all the alliteration, similes, and all of that. So if that's something you like to work on, you can also do that. So let's take this British values flashcards and see what it looks like. Okay, so let's customize this template. So what we want to do, like I said, is we want to foster more conversations within our classrooms. So we want flashcards. So each flashcard should have a conversation starter or a conversation prompt. It can even be very useful for parents and their children. You know how, parents pick up their children from school and they say, how was school today? Fine. Did your teacher come? Yes. All those one-worded answers. You want to, so if you have a vision, for example, to help parents foster communication with their children, and you then want to create flashcards to help them do that, any parent will buy that. Yeah. So we click here, and one thing you also want to do is have the prompt set out first. Then you can then come and input them in this flashcard. So I want to change this text to, for example, a parent working with a child says, what was the highlight for you at school today? Yeah, so that's one flashcard. So what we want to do, we want to delete this because it has nothing to do with us. We can increase this font to this, drag it. If you notice, as I drag elements, there are these pinkish looking lines. It helps you to be able to align them in the center because you want your design to have that balance. So what we can do is delete this, delete all you have, and then copy from here, paste. Okay, let's paste this at the center. Come here, paste, move this to the center. What was the highlights for you at school today? That's the first one. The second one could be, what did you find difficult? I like this one. What did you find difficult today? So rather than just ask a blanket statement or a blanket question of how was school today, typical answer is fine. Even you as an adult, when someone asks you, how are you? You say fine. But inside that fine, there are many things like, this life is giving me basketballs, life is a pawpaw and things like that. So you want to ask specific questions. So what did you find difficult today? And then maybe a question like, how can I help you maybe do better? Or how can I help you in math, or a challenge that the child may be struggling with? Yeah. And then you continue, finish that. Once you finish that, we do the same thing. We share, download. Remember, we change this format to PDF print. We change this to CMYK for professional printing, and then we download. The final resource that I want us to look at before we then move to what platform and how we can put them out for sale. Let me see, out of our many options of examples of digital resources, what else can we design and sell? So let's say we want to, yes, I like this one, goal setting templates for teachers or students. So I can come here and type goal setting templates. And there you have it. Yeah, so you have all types of templates, SMART goals. You have my future resume, goal planners, and all of that. You have some that are even specific to grade levels. So for a grade 1 student, they may not be able to set a SMART goal where you say, oh, your goals have to be specific, measurable, and all of that. But something as simple as this one could help them set their goals. And that's another thing you want to be able to do in your classes. And many teachers would like to do, to be able to help the students, set goals at the beginning of a term, at the beginning of a session. and then it can help them navigate the time and session well. So let's say we want to use this one, yeah? Let's see what this one looks like, okay? Let's customize it. So the first thing I will want to do will be to change this to my brand colors. So I come to styles. And I mean, if you don't have this set up, that's not an excuse. Just, go ahead with what you already have. Yeah. So I want to change this to these colors. So goal setting. It says, think about what you want to achieve and write down 3 goals for the new school year. I mean, this looks good enough. What I may want to add maybe a page that has actionable steps. So I usually like my students to have like to-do lists. So for today, what are 3 important things? So as much as they've set 3 goals for the new school year, we can add a page that then says, what are 3 goals? And what I will do here is just copy this chat box and put it here. So what are 3 things you want to achieve today? Yeah. So rather than stopping at just setting these, big goals for the school year, how are they able to break it down to daily goals? Yeah. Which is another way you can think about setting yourself apart from every other resource that exists online. There are tons of goal setting apps, but how can you make yours very simplified or very comprehensive? So we've set goals. How do we break it down to tasks, daily tasks? Yeah. So let me copy this style and paste it here. So I want this to be daily tasks. So what are 3 things you want to achieve today? Then we can come here and use insert elements. So in elements, you have these lines. So you can have 1 line. And once you have 1 element of what you want, you can either duplicate or copy and paste. So if we duplicate this, we duplicate again, duplicate again, duplicate again. And there we have it, easy peasy. We have a second page of our goal setting. I like this border they used here. So I want to copy this and come here and paste it. Oh, that's just 1 line. Okay, let's copy this as well. Paste it here. Copy this. Paste it here. Copy this and paste it here. Yeah. So daily task. What are 3 things you want to achieve today? You can also put dates. Yeah. So for every day that they fill this out, you want them to be able to paste your dates here. Yeah. Or I mean, align it as you see fit. And then what you would then want to do is to duplicate this particular page. So you duplicate, so you have as many as you wish for your, so rather than have just a goal setting template that has just 1 page, you can decide to have a full goal setting book or whatever you want to name it as. So let's just name this as my monthly planner. Yeah. So you can decide to even add another a front page that has let's put in text. I mean, as you use this, you become familiar with it, because if I'm to go through, how do I use each of the elements here, we're going to spend an entire day to do this. But just to give you an idea of all that is possible, and then you can then continue from there. So let's call this my monthly planner. Yeah. Then this can be named. So very cheaply, we already have the front cover of our planner book. So the person writes their name here. They have monthly planner here. We can reduce this a bit so that everything fits in. It looks good to me. So they said go. So here we don't need name again, since it's a book and not a template. Yeah, so that's how you can think about the resources that you're creating. So now we have a monthly planner and we have flashcards. So let's share this as well. So download. PDF standard is what is suggested. We can change this to PDF prints. And we wait for it to download. Now that we know how to do this, let's now move to, now we can create resources. And I mean, you can check the list of resources that I shared and decide which of the resources that you want to be able to. Hold on a moment. Hi, my baby. Oh, sorry, just pardon me. One of my students is here. Hi, just me. Yes, my dear, I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me pause. All right. I'm sorry for that breaking transmission. I'm recording this in school, so some of my students came around and I needed to attend to them. Yeah. So what I was saying is now we understand how to create digital resources and the various digital resources that we can possibly create. We now want to move to how do we then sell them? Yeah. And I'll just exit this and go back to our slides. Yeah, so selling your digital resources. So there are essentially two ways that I've put here. The first one is online marketplaces, and the second one is your own website or social media pages. And the one I use most is my own social media pages. So on my social media pages, I put up a post and talk about educational resources that other people can use. And then I say, click the link in my bio to buy one of the digital resources that I've created. If you have a website, you can do the same thing. You can upload all of these resources to your website. Then there are already existing marketplaces that are online. Teachers Pay Teachers, Gumroad, and Seller. I like Seller because it's indigenous. So it's Nigerian made and Nigerian owned, and they're doing fantastic. So you can sell your digital resources, you can sell your courses. So if you're thinking about online courses as well, you can sell them there, your eBooks, whatever it is that is digital. You have an offering to deliver to people. You can use Seller to do that. You can use Gumroad. You can use Teachers Pay Teachers. Another thing you can do on some of these platforms is to see what other teachers are selling. And let's briefly do that with Teachers Pay Teachers. So when you see what other teachers are selling, it can then give you ideas as to what to create. Yeah. So let's look at this. So this is Christmas Gingerbread House Art Lesson Plan. And it's being sold for $5. Yeah. There's this one, you can say a lot of Christmassy things because of the season, which is another thing. You need to be able to take advantage of seasons. If there's a celebration of World Book Day, for example, a teacher may be looking for lesson plans and resources on World Book Day, and they will willingly pay you to get some of this. I love this so much. Word searches are another thing that you can do on Canva. So you can design your word searches on Canva, upload them to Teachers Pay Teachers, and then so see more. So there are coloring pages as well. I mean, tons and tons of resources. So this can give you ideas on some of the things to sell. If you really have an eye for classroom decor, and you also want to create classroom decor that other teachers can buy and use. So this one, you can see 50 plus resources included in this one, and it's editable. Yeah, and it goes for $36. That's quite a lot of money. So here you have teacher planners, you have morning schedules, you have writing prompts. Just go through some of these platforms and see what other teachers are creating, and then it can give you inspiration on some of the resources to create. But everything you want to create, you can find them you can create them on Canva, which is why we decided to use Canva. Yeah. So if you want to explore teachers, pay teachers, you can join. So click here to join, and all of that. But I want to show you Seller. So Seller. Okay, no, let's go to, because I'm already logged in here. So let's go to Seller login. Yeah. So you have login, you have register. So you click on register if you're a new person using Seller. Okay, it's not going to work on this account because I already have an account with them. So let me go to an account that I don't have a Seller account. So Seller, you go to seller.co and then you click on register. So once you click on register, it then tells you, oh, create your Seller account. You input your first name, your last name, your email, and then your password. Alternatively, which is what I like to do, is sign up with Google. So once you have a Google account and you want to sign up with it, you can choose your Google account and then continue. Yeah. And fantastic. So it asks you, how do you plan to use Seller? Are you a creator and want to sell your product or service? Are you an affiliate marketer? Are you a customer? You want to buy, So we're creators, we want to be able to sell. So continue, click on that and continue as a creator. Very, very easy to set up. So it wants us to select gender and date of birth. So let's set this up and see. So the next thing you will do will be to add your bank details, because once the money comes in, you want it to go somewhere. So you set it up, your country is Nigeria, whatever bank, and then the account number. So let's say we've done all of this, they will send you a verification link to your email address. So you click on that verification link and your setup. Caris, please, I'm coming. I'm in a class. I'll meet you when I finish. Is that okay? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's assume that you finished setting that up. Like this, my account, I finished setting it up, and just give me a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was attending to. Okay, so as I was saying, so let's say you finish setting this up. You now have your Seller store. What you want to do is to add a product. So you click on add a product. It then asks you what kind of product. Is it a physical product, digital product, tickets, and all of that. So if we select a digital product, which is a product that's either it's an ebook or it's a downloadable product, it will ask you to upload an image of that product, the name of the product, the sales price. So how much you want to sell that product, put a brief description here, select your categories. Once you're done doing all of that, if it's an ebook you want to upload and sell, you want to select read online only. What that helps you do is it reduces the risk of pirating your books. I've seen some of my books being shared on WhatsApp groups, and it doesn't help me as the seller, because if people are just sharing your books on WhatsApp groups without having to purchase it, it doesn't help you. But for what we want to do, which is the templates, we want to select downloadable files, then drag and drop your product files or browse, which is the flashcards we have created. We want to upload them here. Yeah. So if we click on this, I think it was computer. What do we name it as? Yes, computer vocabulary flashcards. So you upload this and then you create products. Sorry, because we need to wrap this up. Computer vocabulary flashcards. You put your sales price. Of course, you will look at what the market prices are and then decide what you want your prices to be, and then you create products. If I create products now, it's not going to, it will tell me you need to fill out description and upload products image. But I mean, we're way past our time for this. So I'm just going to go back to the last part of this presentation, which is be a doer. With what you have known so far, put it into practice. Make your first Canva resource or the next Canva resource, and then see how it goes. If you have any questions or you get stuck along the way, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook. The name is Grace Amoka on any of them. Yeah. I hope this has been beneficial to you. Thank you so much to the organizers for this opportunity to share my knowledge with all of you. I'm looking forward to communicating with you over other platforms or when you reach out to me online. Enjoy the rest of the day, and bye.